Hello, friends. In the Bizaran Valley of Pahalgam, known as India's mini Switzerland, this tourist spot witnessed a horrific terrorist attack so horrible that it shook our country to its core. According to the information we have so far, at least 26 people have lost their lives in this terrorist attack. 17 people are injured. 26 who died were male. This high-altitude location can be reached either by hiking or on a mule. So for the rescue operations, helicopters had to be used, while locals used mules to bring back injured people back. At least 12 tourists were admitted to the Pahalgam hospital, and the doctor said that all 12 of them are now in a stable condition. In this terrorist attack, people were targeted based on their religion. One of the victims was a Muslim, Syed Adil Hussein Shah, a Pahalgam local. He worked as a mule hand. One was a Christian, and the remaining 24 victims were all Hindus. They were tourists from different places, like 32-year-old Niraj Udwani from Jaipur. He used to work in the UAE. He was home for his vacation. He attended a wedding in Shimla with his wife, and then later they went to see Kashmir. Another victim was from Nepal, Sudeep Newpain, with his wife, a honeymoon after which his wife returned as a widow. In a video, he was heard saying that she was having Bhelpuri with her husband when a man approached them saying that they might not be Muslim. Saying this, he shot him. He said that he doesn't look Muslim and shot him. Pune's HR professional Asavari reported a similar experience. She said that when she saw the terrorists firing at a distance, her family went to a nearby tent for security. But the terrorists reached there too and asked her father to recite Islamic verses. And when he couldn't, they shot him in cold blood. There was no one to help, neither the police nor the army. The people who had brought them there on a mule helped Asavari, her mother, and a female relative in their return journey. Many of the handlers carried them on the horses to the hospital. Along with me, there were many others. We carried them on our shoulders to take them to the hospital. About 20 minutes later, the Indian Army reached there and rescued them. TRF has taken responsibility for this attack. TRF stands for the Resistant Front. 2 years ago, when TRF had threatened Kashmiri journalists, the Ministry of Home Affairs had then declared it to be a terrorist organization under UAPA's framework. A member of this terror group, Sheikh Sajjad Gul, was also declared a terrorist under UAPA's fourth schedule. According to an intelligence assessment, it is suspected that Lashkar-e-Taiba's top commander Saifullah Kasuri was one of the conspirators. A re-operate published in the Indian Express states that according to the initial probe, there might have been 4 to 6 terrorists who carried out this attack. Based on eyewitness statements, J&K police have released sketches of 3 Pakistanis who attacked. A government source told The Hindu that it is suspected that there were 2 Kashmiri youths among the terrorists who had gone to Pakistan in 2018, Anantnag's Adilguri and Pulwama's Asan. Government sources revealed that they recently infiltrated India, Pakistani terrorists, and there were some inputs about their movement. Raj Shekharjah's report in Times of India reports that a source mentioning that there were prior inputs of the terrorists scoping out some hotels in the first week of April. If true, this means that there were no intelligence failures. Despite having the intelligence inputs, this attack happened. Friends, this might remind you of the Pulwama attack in June 2019. The Ministry of State for Home Affairs, G. Kishan Reddy, told the Rajya Sabha that there was no intelligence failure. Later, a frontline investigation had also revealed that between 2nd January and 13th February, there were 11 intelligence inputs, warning that there could be a Kisas attack, a strike with the intent of revenge. During the investigation after the Pulwama, Mudassir Ahmad Khan was found to be the mastermind. 2 intelligence inputs related to that were already present. The intelligence input of 24th January 2019 reported that some terrorists reported Mudassir Ahmad Khan to carry out a Fidayin attack in the coming days. This group is in contact with the Shahid Baba group, the same group whose member was the Pulwama attack bomber Adil. In bold letters, it was reported that Mudassir Khan had been spotted with 4 foreign mercenaries in Midora and Lam Tral villages. This input had also warned that they were planning an attack could be carried out in Awantapura or Pampore, only 16 to 17 kilometers away from Pulwama. Imagine this, friends. Even before the Pulwama attack, Mudassir was a known terrorist wanted for his connection to the attack on the CRPF camp in 2017. An input from 12th February was marked to be top secret, matter most urgent. It contained information about a Twitter handle, Shah-Get313, operated by Pakistan's Jaish-e-Mohammed's handlers. It had hinted that on J&K's security forces route, an IED blasts could be carried out. There was also a video demonstrating IED blasts. Even the intelligence input from the 13th of February contained a similar final warning. Friends, despite this, more than 2,500 soldiers were refused to be airlifted. They were sent together in the same convoy. The former IG of CRPF had later raised objections about this, sending 2,547 soldiers and having 78 vehicles in a convoy. I believe that it was technically wrong. Think about it, friends. Despite having such detailed intelligence input, the Pulwama attack happened. How did it happen? It's the real question. I don't know, do you? If neither I nor you know, then whom should we ask about where did everything go wrong? I want an answer. These terrorists, from where do they get the weapons and ammunition? It comes from beyond our borders, and the central government has total control over the border. The central government controls the border security force. Infiltrators enter Indian territories. The infiltrators incite the terrorists. terrorists. The terrorists attack us and run away. Mr. Prime Minister, you're bound to answer. You control the border. You're tasked with social security. You control the BSF, Army, everything, even the Navy. So how do these foreign infiltrators infiltrate? Any sane person, even an intelligent child, can understand that the security of the country is the responsibility of the elected government. So our questions need to be aimed towards them. In December 2016, at a rally, Prime Minister Modi claimed that the demonetization had broken the back of terrorism. So the question arises, why haven't the terrorist attacks stopped since then? In Jammu and Kashmir alone, there was the Nagrota Army base attack in November 2016. In July 2017, the Amarnath Yatra attack. In February 2018, the Sunjuan military station attack. In February 2019, the Pulwama attack. March 2019, the Jammu bus stand grenade blast. In June 2019, the Indian paramilitary police were attacked in Awantipora. The Poonch Rajouri attack of 2023, the Reasi attack of 2024. Now in 2025, the Pahalgam attack. Terrorist attacks are taking place one after the another, and the media of our country lacks the courage to question the government. The media asking questions to the government is something that happened before 2014. Even the films like A Wednesday were released, where the government was questioned about terrorism. This is why we elect a government to govern our country. Police force, intelligence are more than equipped for this pest control. But you don't take any action. If my child steps out of my home, I want that. He can go anywhere and at any time without fear. In a train, in a bus, anywhere at all. Back in those days, people used to protest together and the politicians used to resign, accepting their mistakes. Like after Mumbai's 26/11 attack, Home Minister Shivraj Patil resigned because of public demand, and Maharashtra's Chief Minister Vilasrao Deshmukh also resigned. I'm not saying that they did something great by resigning. The thing is, in any functioning democracy, this is a basic thing, but our country has since lost that basic common sense. Now, in this new India, look at a person like Arnab Goswami. Arnab Goswami is holding the Supreme Court responsible for the Pahalgam attack. There was no need, in my view, for the Supreme Court to waste time into whether the abrogation of A370 was valid or not. It was a waste of time because, with the greatest of respect to the judges, they will not take responsibility for the security situation. This is the same guy whose WhatsApp chat leaked, showing that after the Pulwama attack, he had written a WhatsApp message saying that this attack we have won like crazy. He was celebrating being the first to cover the Pulwama attack. The pro-government media anchors cannot ask a simple question that in a place with so many tourists, why was there no proper security? When a correspondent from the channel Aaj Tak tried saying this, he was stopped mid-sentence. This isn't a joke. 2,000 tourists were gathered at a picnic spot. There were no on-duty police, no loud music played, making the correspondent inaudible. Even children are questioning this. The government has lost it. This was such a large-scale terrorist attack, but they don't know anything. There's an army base at the bottom, but they didn't know anything. Friends, look at this report from 10 days ago. The Defense Ministry told the Standing Committee of the Parliament that the current number of officers in the army is 42,095, while the authorized strength is 50,538. There is a shortage of about 8,400 army officers in the country and 92,400 soldiers. In total, the army suffers from a shortage of more than 100,000 army personnel. Because of this shortage, the soldiers are shifted from one place to another at a rate higher than before. So the question is, what is causing this shortage? I don't know, but let's read this report published in The Telegraph in August 2022. It states that during the 2 years of COVID, there was no recruitment to the army. That's why there's a shortage of more than 100,000 troops in the army. And now, read the headline of this report. Over the next 3 years, they are planning to cut the army strength by 200,000. Does this make any sense? A ministry official reported that the army is rationalizing its troop strength. It is being seen as an attempt to reduce its salary and pension expenses. Many people have alleged that the government is trying to save money on the army officers' salary and pension. And that's why they are planning to reduce the troop strength. Vinay Narwal's sister cried in front of Haryana Chief Minister Nayab Singh Saini, saying that her brother was alive for 1.5 hours. Had the army been there, he could have been saved. There was no one. No one came there. He was alive for 1.5 hours, but no one came there. Had the army been there, he could have been saved, but no one came. No facilities, army, or the police. But when politicians visit, they are treated like VIPs with convoys and helicopters. The pro-government media doesn't care about this. When the Kashmiri Pandits were on strike for more than 300 days because of their security concerns, none of them reported on this news. On the other hand, billionaire Mukesh Ambani and his family get the highest level of Z+ security cover, with a total of 55 security personnel, out of which more than 10 are highly trained NSG commandos. Times of India reported that Mukesh's son, Anant's watch, is worth more than 600 million